Hi, this is Momita. I'm two times net qualified. So today we are going to do 100 MCQ series and this will be part 4 of unit 1. So let's start. Which one of the following is a motivating factor according to Herzberg? So answer will be job itself. Herzberg ने जो दिया था टू फैक्टर्स मॉडल जो उन्होंने दिया था उसमें आता है एक मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर और एक हाइजीन फैक्टर, राइट? एक हाइजीन फैक्टर आ जाता है. सो मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर में जॉब itself या वर्क itself is given by Herzberg. वर्क itself, रिमेंबर दिस वन. इसे वर्क itself भी बोला जा सकता है. उसे मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर ऑफ Herzberg में था ये. ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर इन्होंने 6 दिया था. One is achievement. 6 motivating factor is given by Herzberg and 10 hygiene factor is given by Herzberg. Okay. And ये 6 motivating factor क्या क्या था? One is achievement. One is achievement. Right. So remember all this motivating factor, 6 motivating factor. These are often come like in questions and they ask general questions that which of these are motivating factors. So remember all the 6. Achievement आ जाएगा इसमें, फिर recognition आ जाएगा इसमें, okay. Then come advancement, and fourth one is like I already told you, job itself or work itself, and fifth one is possibility of growth. Possibility of growth. Okay. Possibility of growth. So remember this one. ये सब बहुत पूछा जाता है कि कौन सा motivating factor में आ जाएगा. So all this will come under motivating factors. Sorry, it will be growth. GRO. Okay. GRWTH. Growth. After that 6 में आ जाएगा responsibility. So Herzberg ने जो 6 मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर दिए थे वो था अचीवमेंट, रिकॉग्निशन, एडवांसमेंट, वर्क itself, possibility of growth and responsibility. Okay, so move to the next question. Move to the question. Who is the known as first lady of management? So first lady of management, or is she is also known as the first lady of engineering. Okay, engineering. She is none other than Lillian Gilbert. So answer B will be right. Okay, and apart from that, she is also known for motion study. She and her husband Frank B. Gilbert has given motion study. Remember this one. It is also been asked in UGC NET. Frank B. Gilbert. Okay. And she is also known as a mother of industrial psychology. Mother of industrial psychology. Remember this one. This is also has been asked multiple times. So industrial psychology, mother of industrial psychology is known. Who is known as a mother of industrial psychology? It is Lillian Gilbert. Okay. यहाँ से क्या याद रखना, फर्स्ट लेडी ऑफ मैनेजमेंट अगर पूछा जाए, या फर्स्ट लेडी ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग अगर पूछा जाए, या मदर ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल साइकोलॉजी, मदर ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल साइकोलॉजी अगर पूछा जाए, दैट विल बी लिलियन गिलबर्ट. ओके, that will be Lillian Gilbert. And Lillian Gilbert and Frank B. Gilbert मिलके motion study दिए थे. ये भी important है. Remember this one, motion study is given by Lillian Gilbert and Frank B. Gilbert. Motion study. Okay. One second. Motion study. Okay. So move to the next question. The concept of human engineering and ergonomics are advanced by which school of management thought? So, first we need to know what is human engineering. Human engineering is how effectively a manager using his worker to maximize output. Right? Human engineering में क्या होता है? एक मैनेजर कितने अच्छी तरह से अपने वर्कर्स को मतलब अपने वर्कर्स को काम कराए कि उसका आउटपुट इंक्रीज हो. एंड दिस आउटपुट कैन बी इंक्रीज जनरली बाय फाइनेंशियल इंसेंटिव. फाइनेंशियल इंसेंटिव अगर मिले तो वर्कर्स अच्छी तरह से काम करते, राइट. सो जनरली फाइनेंशियल इंसेंटिव makes effectively utilizing of any workers. So financial incentive कौन दिए थे? It is given by Taylor, right? So scientific management school will be the right answer. Okay, and ergonomics क्या है? You can ask me what is ergonomics? It is a study of people's efficiency in their working conditions. So इसमें भी वही देखा जाता है कि लाइक ये जो स्टडी है, ergonomics का स्टडी है, इसमें देखा जाता है पीपल जो होता है, ये वर्कर जो होते हैं, कितने इफेक्टिवली कैसे काम कर सकता है. जनरली इसके लिए फाइनेंशियल इंसेंटिव could be given, right? So generally ये किसमें दिया जाता है? फाइनेंशियल इंसेंटिव कौन दिया था? Like टेलर जी ने दिए थे, right? So scientific management school will be right answer. Which one of the following is a hygiene factor according to Herzberg? Whether it is salary, working condition, status. So all these three is a hygiene factor given by Herzberg. Okay, so answer D will be correct. So in general, like Herzberg has given 10 hygiene factor. Herzberg ने तीन हाइजीन फैक्टर दिए थे, राइट. उसमें आ जाता है सैलरी. सी रिमेम्बर, सैलरी, वर्किंग कंडीशन एंड स्टेटस. इन जनरल ये तीनों क्या होता है? कुड बी अ motivating factor also. This three, salary, working condition and status, can be generally a motivating factor also. So this is a drawback of Herzberg, that he keep this three in hygiene factor, because with salary generally people get motivated, right? And if they get good working condition, then also people get motivated. And if there's a good status also, with a good status, even a person can get motivated. But he put this three in hygiene factor, so this is even a drawback. So remember this three. Apart from this, there is other, like policy and administration comes under hygiene factor. Policy and administration. So policy and administration. Okay, see, remember all this, because क्वेश्चन में ऐसे पूछा जाता है कि इसमें कौन कौन सा हाइजीन फैक्टर है. कुछ भी यहाँ से कुछ भी 2 या 3 उठा के बोल देंगे. So remember all this. These are important and repeated time it has been questioned. So फिर टेक्निकल सुपरविजन आ जाता है. टेक्निकल सुपरविजन. Okay. Technical supervision. Third one is interpersonal relation with the superior. Superior के साथ कैसे relation रहेगा? That is called as a hygiene factor. Interpersonal relation. See, you guys need to remember all this to get JRF. So try to remember all this. Interpersonal relation with supervisor. Okay. And fourth आ जाएगा सेम इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशन विद सबऑर्डिनेट. सबऑर्डिनेट के साथ जो नीचे काम करते हैं उनके साथ कैसे रिलेशन मेंटेन हो, दैट इज अगेन अ हाइजीन फैक्टर अकॉर्डिंग टू हर्जबर्ग. सबऑर्डिनेट. एंड फिफ्थ में आ जाएगा इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशन विथ पीड्स, मतलब इक्वल लेवल में कैसे रिलेशनशिप मेंटेन करते हैं. ओके, it will be peeds. Once again, it will be peed. Okay, so remember this. And as I already told you, salary comes, working conditions comes, status comes, and job security come. Job security और एक आ जाता है जॉब सिक्योरिटी को छोड़ के पर्सनल लाइफ. Okay, so these are the 10 hygiene factor given by Herzberg. Job security, and last one is personal life. Personal life. Okay, but this here very important, so remember this one. Okay, because these are exceptions, because working conditions, status and salary is in general is a motivating factor, right? We generally get motivated through salary, working conditions and status, but it is given by Herzberg in hygiene factor. So move to the next question. Time and motion study was propounded by, so answer will be B, that is Frank and Lillian Gilbert, right? As I already told you. So Lillian Gilbert, she is also known as a mother of industrial psychology, right? And she is also known as first lady of management and first lady of engineering, right? And time and motion study, what does time study or motion studies means? So time study is generally in its standard time is set. Okay, time study में एक standard time set किया जाता है, right? And if worker work within on that like standard time, worker will be considered as a efficient. Okay, and in motion study, like scrap or reduce of unproductive movement, इसमें क्या देखा जाता है मोशन स्टडी में? जो भी अनप्रोडक्टिव लाइक मूवमेंट है, मोशंस है, उसे curtailed करना पड़ेगा, उसे हटाना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो दिस कम्स अंडर मोशन स्टडी. एंड टाइम स्टडी में लाइक विद इन अ स्टैंडर्ड टाइम जो सेट होता है उसमें काम करने से अगर वो ठीक तरह से वर्कर काम करे तो उसे कंसिडर किया जाएगा एज अ वर्कर इज अ एफिशिएंट. ओके, and this is given by Frank and Lillian Gilbert. Okay, so if in the options there are two options, say Frank and Lillian Gilbert is given, and another one is Frank and Lillian Gilbert and say Taylor is given. So answer will be Frank, Lillian Gilbert and Taylor. Okay, because time study is given by generally Taylor. Okay, so remember this one. Taylor is given time study. Okay, so move to the next question. Study of the movement of both the workers and the machine to eliminate wasteful movement is. Okay, so answer will be motion study. To eliminate wasteful movement. Wasteful movement or unproductive movement को हटाना, it comes under motion study. Remember, it comes under motion study. Okay, so Take an example how to eliminate wasteful movement. Okay, say in an organization an employee is working. Okay, so while he is working, he is after completing some work, he is coming back to the restroom, which is like some 10 to 15 minutes away from his working, where he is working, and he is going there and taking rest and sitting for say 2 minutes, and after that he is again going back to his working place, and again he is working again. Like this he is repeatedly doing this thing, that he's coming back to his restroom, again he's sitting for 2 to 3 minutes, again he is going back to his working place and he's working. So this is kind of a wasteful movement. This can raise like fatigue is raising, because he's working back to his place restroom, and again he's sitting there for a couple of minutes, and again he's going back. So this is a wasteful movement. He could do at that time while he's working there, he could sit over there itself, right? And he do not need to walk back to the restroom and sit. So this is wasteful movement. This can leads to fatigue, right? So this is called motion studies, saying that he need to, or the workers need to eliminate this wasteful movement, so that productivity can be increased, right? So remember this one. Study of movement of both the workers and the machine to eliminate a wasteful movement is coming under motion study. Okay, so move to the next question. Which of the following represent the right inherent in a managerial position to give orders and expect them to be obeyed? So it will be authority, right? Managers gives their subordinate order and expect that should be obeyed. So this is a kind of authority that manager get it, right? So to to supervise his employees, and this is like authority मतलब अधिकार. किसी भी मैनेजर का like उसे अधिकार होता है to like उसके जो एम्प्लॉयज हो उसे ऑर्डर देना, एंड वो ये भी चाहता है कि मैनेजर जो भी होते हैं वो चाहते हैं कि उसके ऑर्डर्स को फॉलो किया जाए, जो सबऑर्डिनेट है उसके ऑर्डर्स को फॉलो करे, राइट? ऑथोरिटी विल बी राइट. So move to the next question. Who is associated with the elimination experiment of the Hawthorne experiment? So it will be B, that is George A. Pennock. So answer B will be correct. Okay, so elimination experiment is given by George A. Pennock, but if they ask who has conducted, okay, with Hawthorne experiment, that will be Elton Mayo and F.J. Roethlisberger. Okay, so although elimination experiment is a part of Hawthorne experiment, but if they ask who is associated with elimination experiment, remember it will always George A. Pennock. It is a bit confusing, but remember this one, elimination experiment is given by or associated, who is associated with, it is George A. Pennock. So this is important, it has been multiple times asked, so remember this one. And who is conducted Hawthorne experiment, it is by Elton Mayo and Roethlisberger. And apart from this, in Hawthorne experiment, there is like experiment of elimination experiment is there, right? Relay assembly test is there, mass interview is there, bank wiring is there, right? So these are the some of the experiment given under Hawthorne experiment, right? So move to the next question. So ninth question is, according to which one of the following approaches management is the function of a planning, organizing, leading and controlling? So answer will be process approach. A will be correct. So what is process approach actually? It is an approach to management that views the activities of an organization as a set of process undertaken to advance organization goals. So इसमें क्या होता है? Process, as the name says process, इसमें जो organization होते हैं, organization क्या करते हैं? Activities को sequence करते हैं, like planning, organizing, सीक्वेंस कर रहे हैं, राइट, एंड लास्ट में क्या था, कंट्रोलिंग, so that organization goal can be achieved effectively. Organization goal can be achieved, so it's generally called process approach, right? So move to the next question. What does Maslow profound about the five needs? So this is hierarchy. Answer will be B. Right. Maslow जी ने right इसमें क्या दिए थे, like hierarchy दिए थे, right? उसमें क्या like सबसे नीचे आ जाएगा psychological need, right? So this is a kind of hierarchy. इसमें psychology आ जाएगा, उसके ऊपर आ जाएगा like safety आ जाएगा, right? Once again, this will be safety, then come social आ जाएगा उसके ऊपर. So this is kind of a hierarchy is the forming, right? Social आ जाएगा इसके ऊपर, and इसके ऊपर आ जाएगा like esteem, esteem आ जाएगा, esteem need आ जाएगा, and उसके ऊपर आ जाएगा self actualization, right? Self actualization. So this is a form of a hierarchy is forming, right? Like if psychological need gets satisfied, then comes safety need, and if safety need is satisfied, then comes social need, and if social need is satisfied, then come esteem need, and if esteem need is satisfied, then come self actualization need. But in general, like any organization, in any organization, if employees working or we ourselves, we need a psychological need, at the same time we can need both psychological need, social need and safety need, right? Because like कोई भी बंदे उसे like psychological need like food, shelter एंड क्लॉथिंग ये सब जरूरत होता है, सेफ्टी नीड भी जरूरत हो सकता है, सोशल नीड भी जरूरत हो सकता है लाइक फ्रेंडशिप, राइट, एंड उसके बाद एस्टीम नीड भी जरूरत हो सकता है. बट दिस इज अ फ्लॉ ऑफ मास्लोस दैट अगर साइकोलॉजिकल नीड सेटिस्फाई हो उसके बाद सेफ्टी नीड जरूरत होता है, एंड सेफ्टी नीड अगर सेटिस्फाई हो उसके बाद सोशल नीड हो जरूरत होता है. बट इन जनरल क्या होता है, हमें क्या होता है, सब कुछ एक साथ ही जरूरत होता है. साइकोलॉजिकल नीड मतलब हमें फूड, क्लॉथिंग, शेल्टर भी जरूरत होता है, सोशल नीड, सेफ्टी नीड भी जरूरत होता है कि हाँ किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अगर काम करे वहां पे लाइक वहां पे फूडिंग जरूरत होता है, लॉजिंग जरूरत होता है, सेफ्टी वहां पे सेफली जिससे काम कर सके, फिर फ्रेंड्स भी जरूरत हो सकता है सो दैट वी कैन टॉक, राइट, सोशलाइजेशन भी जरूरत हो सकता है. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द फ्लॉ दैट ये हायरकी में मतलब इट इज गिवन एज अ हायरकी बाय मास्लो, राइट. So move to the next question. Which of the following types of a control, one second, control involves evaluation of an input taking corrective action before operation is completed? So remember before. So it will be feed forward control. Before operation, if there is, and they ask before operation, then it will be feed control, feed forward control, right? And remember there are three types of control. One is feed forward control, one is concurrent control, and another one is feedback control. And nothing is a word like forward control. So there तीन तरह के कंट्रोल होता है, मतलब कंट्रोल किसी भी काम को कंट्रोल करना पड़ता है किसी भी मैनेजर्स को, सो दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल कैन बी अचीव, सो दैट करेक्टिव डायरेक्शन करेक्टिवली वर्क विल बी कंडक्टेड, राइट. सो तीन तरह के होते हैं ये. फीड फॉरवर्ड होता है, एक कंकरेंट कंट्रोल होता है, एक फीडबैक कंट्रोल होता है, राइट. सो इसमें क्या होता है, फीड फॉरवर्ड में क्या होता है, इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ प्रिडिक्टिव कंट्रोल. इसे प्रिडिक्टिव कंट्रोल भी कहा जा सकता है क्योंकि इसमें क्या होता है, करेक्टिव एक्शन टेकन बिफोर द एक्चुअल परफॉर्मेंस ऑकर ऑन आउटपुट. किसी भी मतलब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कुछ भी काम करना होता है, उससे एक्चुअल डिस्टर्बेंस जब होता है तो उससे पहले ही ये कंट्रोल करना होता है, तो प्रिडिक्ट करके ये कंट्रोल करना होता है सो दैट कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम ना आ जाए आउटपुट पे. एक्चुअल डिस्टर्बेंस से पहले ये कंट्रोल करना होता है. एज द नेम सेज फीड फॉरवर्ड, it is also called predictive control. Okay, एंड कॉन्करेंट कंट्रोल मतलब ड्यूरिंग लाइक करेक्टिव एक्शन टेकन और ड्यूरिंग द एक्चुअल परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ ऑन आउटपुट, कुछ भी एक्चुअल डिस्टर्बेंस हो उसी समय उसे कंट्रोल करना होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड कॉन्करेंट कंट्रोल. ओके, एंड फीडबैक कंट्रोल इज डन like after or post control. This is also called post control. After disturbance occur, then this feed forward control is done. So remember this one. These three are very important. Okay, so remember this three. So move to the next question. Which of the following is not a principle under Hausdorff rule of Douglas MacGregor? Okay, advance warning is come under Hausdorff rule of Douglas MacGregor. Impersonality and impartiality, this is also come under Douglas MacGregor Hausdorff rule. Consistency is also come under Hausdorff rule. So answer D will be correct. So what is this Hausdorff rule given by Douglas MacGregor? So according to Hausdorff rule, disciplinary action without generating resentment. So Douglas MacGregor has given like 4 steps that should be followed in the organization, so that if in the organization any disciplinary action is taken, there would be no like resentment or any grievance among workers. So what is this 4 steps? What is this 4 steps? One is advance warning. So Douglas MacGregor जी ने 4 steps दिया था, right? इन्होंने 4 स्टेप दिए थे. तो इसमें जो कि हॉस्टॉप रूल में आते हैं, उन्होंने कहा था कि अगर ये 4 स्टेप फॉलो किया जाए किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, तो वहां पे जब डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन लिया जाए किसी वर्कर के अगेंस्ट में, तो वहां पे रिसेंटमेंट या गुस्सा नहीं होगा वर्कर्स में गुस्सा राइज नहीं होगा. ओके, so what are these steps? It is a advance warning, right? Or you can say previous warning. Then comes impersonality or impartiality, consistency. Okay, and another one is immediate investigation. So another one is immediate investigation. Okay, immediate investigation. So this one is 1, 2, 3, and this one is 4. Okay, this is the 4 4 steps given by Douglas MacGregor. If in any organization, अगर किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कोई भी बंदे, कोई भी वर्कर कुछ गलत काम करे, तो उसे क्या पनिशमेंट दिया जाता है? तो इससे क्या होता है, गुस्सा हो सकता है, लाइक स्ट्राइक अराइज हो सकता है. लेकिन डॉगलस मैक्ग्रेगर जी ने कहा था कि अगर ये चारों स्टेप्स फॉलो किया जाए किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, तब अगर कुछ भी डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन लिया जाए वर्कर्स के अगेंस्ट में, तब उसमें क्या रिसेंटमेंट या ग्रीवियंस राइज नहीं होगा उससे, ओके, अमंग द वर्कर्स. सो इसमें क्या बताया गया था, एडवांस वार्निंग में बताया गया था कि प्रीवियस वार्निंग या किसी भी वर्कर जब कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ज्वाइन करते हैं, उसे कुछ रूल्स या पॉलिसीज को साइन करना होता है. लाइक वर्किंग टाइम उसमें रहता है कि आपको इतने टाइमिंग में काम करना होता है, एंड लंच टाइमिंग दिया रहता है, that you can't smoke in the organization. So some of the previous warnings are given. So previous warning should be given to the each and every worker. अगर उसे ब्रीच किया जाए या वर्कर उसे ब्रीच करे, तभी उसे लाइक डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन उसके अगेंस्ट लिया जाएगा. So this is one of the step given by Douglas MacGregor. So prevent resentment or grievance among worker. क्योंकि वर्कर को अगर पहले से ही पता होगा कि ये काम करने से अगर मतलब उसे पनिशमेंट मिलेगा, डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन लिया जाएगा, वो काम करेगा ही नहीं. और अगर किया तो उसे ऑब्वियसली उसे पनिशमेंट मिलेगा, वो उसे पता ही होता है. So next come impersonality or impartiality. So in this says that when manager taking any judgment or providing any disciplinary action against any employer, that should be like impartially it should be done. कोई भी एम्प्लॉय या वर्कर के अगेंस्ट अगर मैनेजर कुछ भी या बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर कुछ भी लाइक डिसीजन ले, वो इम्पार्शलिटी हो, मतलब जो भी एम्प्लॉय हो, से दो एम्प्लॉय हो, अगर वो सेम टाइप का गलत काम किया है तो उसे सेम टाइप का पनिशमेंट मिलेगा। ये नहीं कि एक एम्प्लॉय को अलग पनिशमेंट मिले और दूसरे को कुछ पनिशमेंट ही ना मिले। सो देयर शुड बी impartiality. Okay, so next is consistency. Consistency says that जो भी लाइक सबके लिए जो भी पनिशमेंट मिले सबके लिए सेम हो। ओके ये नहीं कि एक को ज्यादा पनिशमेंट मिल जाए, लाइक इफ समवन इज डूइंग रॉन्ग वर्क, इफ ही इज एब्सेंट फॉर से like 7 days without any notice and he has given punishment for like 10 days, and another person who is also doing the same kind of mistake, he is given like 5 days of like punishment days given. So this can't be consistency, so should be maintained, right? And another one is say immediate investigation. When any offense is done or worker is done any offense, okay, so immediate investigation should be done in that case. So it will be immediate investigation. So these are the 4 steps that should be maintained in any organization according to Douglas McGregor to maintain like harmony in the organization. So move to the next question. Which of the following is a part of a modern approach to management? So I have already discussed this one in I think part 1 of this 100 question series, right? So answer will be, one second, it will be D. So in modern approach of management, it comes system approach, socio-technical approach, consistency or situational approach. So what is the system approach? A system approach says that in any organization there is consist of a system as well as there is a subsystem, and all this work together to achieve organization goal, right? So system approach में क्या बोला गया था, इसमें बताया गया था किसी भी organization में एक system रहता है या subsystem रहता है, ये सब एक साथ काम करते हैं to achieve organization goal. And what is socio-technical approach? In socio-technical approach says in an organization there is a social system as well as a technical system as well as there is a environmental system, right? And these 3 work together to achieve organization goal. Okay. And consistency or situation approach says that any manager has to work according to the or take decision according to the different situation. So none of the style of a manager can be said to be a correct style, but it should be decided on the decided on the situation which style should the manager should follow to achieve the organization goal. So this says in consistency or situational approach. Okay, and this 3 comes under modern approach. Okay, so answer D will be correct. So move to the next. 3 major roles of a manager are. So this is it an interperson role? Yes, it is one of the role of manager. Informational role. Yes, this is again one of a role of a manager. Decisional role. So answer will be D. Right, and it is given by Mintzberg. Right. So Mintzberg जी ने ये तीनों रोल दिए थे, मैनेजर के तीनों रोल होता है. अगर if anyone ask you what are the roles that a manager as a manager has to follow, they are interpersonal role, okay, informational role or decisional role. Decisional role says that in any manager had to take a decision among different opportunities open to them, right? किसी भी मैनेजर को जो भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज ओपन होते हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज रहते हैं, उसमें सिलेक्ट करना होता है विच वन इज करेक्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी और विच वन through which one organization goal can be achieved. So this is called a decisional role, right? And information role में क्या आता है? Information role says that in any organization there are manager has to provide information, and at the same time manager has to receive information, right? Manager has to give information to the subordinate, like to the customers, to the superiors. At the same time he need to take information also, so that organization goal can be achieved, and so that synchronization can be achieved or maintained in the organization, right? And interpersonal role means like manager has to communicate between all the employees, workers and subordinate customers, right? So this is called interpersonal role. So this is given by Mintzberg. Is sorry, one second. It is Mintzberg. Remember the name? It is given by Mintzberg. M-I-N-T-Z-Berg. That is B-E-R-G. Berg. Okay. It's given by Mintzberg. So move to the next question. The process of comparing actual performance with standards and taking necessary corrective action is called. It is called controlling, right? So in controlling, generic corrective action is taken after seeing the actual performance and comparing with the standard. Okay. So controlling में क्या होता है? As I told you in earlier classes that इसमें controlling के जो steps होते हैं, इसमें क्या होता है? पहले steps में standard set करना होता है, right? Standard set करना होता है. This is the first step. Standard set करना होता है. Then actual performance जो होता है, then actual performance को compare किया जाता है किसके साथ? Standard के साथ, right? Third step में compare किया जाता है. Compare is done in the third step among what? Among right, one second. And this will be compare. One second. This will be compare. Compare among actual performance and standard set. Okay. And then corrective action will be taken. Corrective action means in the first step is the corrective action will be taken. In this, it will be seen that whether the standard is the standard they has think of whether the manager is achieving that standard or not. If they found that actual performance is not meeting the standard, then they will improve their actual performance, right? So this is all about controlling. Controlling में क्या होता है? पहले तो standard set किया जाता है, फिर actual performance किया जाता है, फिर उसे compare किया जाता है, actual performance को standard के साथ compare किया जाता है, फिर corrective action लिया जाता है, right? और इसमें क्या होता है? corrective action में क्या होता है? मतलब अगर देखा जाए कि actual performance manager देखे कि actual performance achieve नहीं हो रहा है, so standard को standard reach नहीं कर रहा है, so corrective action लिया जाता है, इसे correct करके फिर से उसे किया जाता है, so that standard can be achieved. Okay. So move to the next question. Principle of a direct control, reciprocal relationship, and principle of continuity as a principle of coordination are advanced by. So this is given by Mary Parker Follett. So Mary Parker Follett is given principle of a coordination. These are all principle of coordination. डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल इन दिस सेज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेशन में एक तो होता है डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल. डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल में क्या बताए थे मैरी पार्कर फोलेट जी ने? लाइक मैनेजर्स को in any organization manager has to direct control contact with the subordinate. Okay. And reciprocal relationship mein says that in any organization if managers take in decision its effect on the entire goal of the organization. Okay, so managers should rethink before taking any decision. सो रेसिप्रोकल रिलेशनशिप में ये बताया गया था कि किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अगर मैनेजर कुछ भी काम करे उसका इफेक्ट किस में आता है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल पे आता है या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पे आता है. सो मैनेजर को कुछ भी काम या डिसीजन लेने से पहले उसे बार बार सोचना चाहिए, रीथिंक करना चाहिए, सो दैट कि उसे उसके जो भी वर्क का रिजल्ट हो उसे, सो दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल कैन बी अचीव, उसे पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट हो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल में, negative effect ना हो. So this is called a reciprocal relationship. And principle of continuity. Principle of continuity says that in all the steps, like planning is there, like, right, it could be staffing is there, right, directing is there. In all the steps, coordination should be maintained. इसमें प्रिंसिपल ऑफ कॉन्टिन्यूटी में ये बताया गया था किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में लाइक प्लानिंग होता है, स्टाफिंग होता है, डायरेक्टिंग होता है. ओके, सो ऑल दिस, ये जो स्टेप्स होते हैं ना, इसमें क्या कोऑर्डिनेशन रहना चाहिए, सो दैट सिंक्रोनाइजेशन रहे कुछ भी काम में, हार्मोनियसली कुछ भी काम कर सके. एम्प्लॉयज एंड वर्कर्स जो भी काम करते हैं किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हार्मोनियसली काम कर सके. ओके, सो दिस इज सेकेंड. This is called third. So this is the some of the principles of a coordination given by Harry Markov Follett. Okay, move to the next question. Henry Fayol laid down how many principles of management? So as we all know, it is 14 principles of a management is given by Henry Fayol, right? Henry Fayol has given this 14 principles of a management. Okay. So this 14 principle of a management includes division of work, authority and responsibility is there, discipline is there, right? Unity of command is there, unity of a direction is there, subordination of individual interest to general interest is there, remuneration of a personnel is there, centralization is there, skeleton is there, right? And apart from this, order is there, equity is there, stability of a tenure is there, initiative and spirit de corps. So these are the 14 principles of management like given by Henry Fayol. Okay, so move to the next question. Case of a Schmidt is associated with which school of management thought? So this will be A, that is scientific management. So who are the Schmidt? Schmidt are generally a worker. Schmidt, this is actually a German term. Okay, Schmidt जो है ये एक German term है and Schmidt generally workers होते हैं. And more specifically, ये once again, it is worker and more specifically it is a metal worker. Okay, ये worker होते हैं. तो इसमें क्या बताया गया था, लाइक जो भी मतलब टेलर जी ने क्या किया था इसमें, लाइक ही सेज or he rather motivated the workers or this scheme to carry around 47 ton. Okay, for this like he promised to give incentive, but before that this scheme used to carry 12 tons of a pig iron. So in this generally इसमें क्या किए थे, like टेलर जी ने प्रॉमिस किया था वर्कर्स को कि अगर वो लोग 12 टन की जगह अगर 47 टन वो लोग पीक आयरन उठा ले तब उन्हें क्या टेलर जी इंसेंटिव देंगे. So this is come under scientific management. Okay, so this it for today's class. So if you like my class, please press the like button and subscribe my channel for get more notification like this. Press to the notifying button. Okay, thank you.